Have you ever felt like something is off in a relationship, but you can't quite explain why? What if the person you trust most is quietly controlling your every move without you even realizing it? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never miss these signs again. Manipulation rarely looks like what you see in movies. It's not a villain's grand scheme, it's subtle, slow, and designed to make you feel like the problem. Today we're breaking down 7 signs someone is secretly manipulating you, giving you the tools to reclaim your power. The first sign is one of the most insidious and powerful manipulation tools in existence: gaslighting. In one sentence, it's the act of psychologically manipulating someone to the point where they question their own sanity, memory, or perception of reality. It's a slow, corrosive process designed to erode your confidence and make you dependent on the manipulator for your sense of truth. They become the arbiter of what's real, and your own judgment is dismissed as flawed or overly emotional. This manifests through a few key micro-behaviors. A manipulator will outright deny things they said, even if you have proof. They'll twist your words, taking something you said out of context to use against you later. They'll distort the timeline of events, claiming something happened last week when it was yesterday, all to confuse you. And they'll constantly tell you that you're overreacting, being too sensitive, or just plain crazy, even when your reaction is perfectly reasonable. Let's look at 2 scenarios. In a relationship, you might say, "It hurt my feelings when you called me lazy last night." A gaslighter responds, "I never said that. You're imagining things again. Why are you always trying to start a fight?" In the workplace, you might tell your boss, "You said the deadline for this project was Friday." They might reply, "I absolutely did not. I said Wednesday. You need to pay more attention. Your mistake is going to cost the team." In both cases, the focus shifts from their action to your supposed incompetence. So, what can you do? First, keep a written log. Document conversations, dates, and what was said. This isn't for them, it's for you, to anchor you in reality. Second, default to the facts. When they try to escalate with emotion, calmly repeat the objective truth. This is the broken record technique. For example, "My understanding is that we agreed to X." If they deny it, you don't argue. You simply state, "I hear you saying that, but my reality is different. We're not going to agree on the past, so let's focus on how we move forward." This sets a firm boundary. You're not asking for their permission to trust yourself, you're telling them you already do. No matter what happens, somehow it's never their fault. They have a story ready, a reason, an excuse, and if you try to hold them accountable, suddenly you become the villain. This is called DARVO: deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. It's a classic manipulation pattern. Watch how someone responds when confronted. A healthy person takes responsibility. A manipulator flips the script. In the beginning, they seem genuinely interested in you, asking deep questions, learning your fears, your past, your weak spots. But later, those same things become weapons. A subtle comment about your weight, a joke about your past failures. Nothing too obvious. Just enough to keep you feeling small. This isn't accidental, it's calculated. Manipulators collect information and use it at precisely the right moment. Sign number 4 is the subtle but powerful weapon of guilt and scorekeeping. It often starts with a phrase that sounds deceptively familiar. "After everything I've done for you." This isn't just a saying, it's a hook. Guilt is one of the oldest and most effective manipulation tools, precisely because it preys on our natural sense of fairness and reciprocity. It works by turning your own conscience against you. A skilled manipulator makes you feel permanently indebted to them. Their kindness is conditional, an investment they expect a return on. They give, but they always keep a detailed, invisible score. Every favor, every gift, every supportive word is logged in their mental ledger, waiting to be cashed in. This isn't generosity. It's a transaction disguised as a relationship, and when they need something from you, that debt gets called in. For example, a friend who helped you move might later demand you lend them a large sum of money, reminding you, "You owe me for this." Or a partner who paid for a vacation might use it as leverage in an argument, implying your opinion is less valid because you are financially indebted to them. Suddenly their past kindness is revealed to be a tool for future compliance. To counter this, you must decouple gratitude from obligation. You can be thankful for a past kindness without agreeing to an unwanted future request. Shift your internal monologue from "I owe them" to "I can choose to help." This reclaims your agency. If they persist, use a clear boundary script. You can say, "I appreciate everything you've done for me in the past, but my answer to this request is no." Real generosity doesn't come with strings attached or a hidden price tag. If someone's kindness always feels like a loan you'll have to repay, that's not kindness. That's control. Slowly, quietly, they create distance between you and the people who love you. Maybe they make subtle comments about your friends. Maybe they create drama every time you try to spend time with family. It doesn't happen overnight. It's gradual, but the goal is always the same. The fewer people you have around you, the more dependent you become on them. Isolation is the foundation of control. Have you ever felt like you're on an emotional roller coaster you didn't sign up for? One day the person you care about is warm, loving, and attentive. You feel seen, cherished, and secure. The connection feels real and deeply reassuring. Then, without warning, the climate shifts. The next day, or even the next hour, they become cold, distant, and critical. The warmth vanishes, replaced by a chilling silence or sharp, cutting remarks. You're left confused, wondering what you did to cause this sudden change. This unpredictability is a powerful manipulation tactic that hooks your nervous system. It keeps you in a constant state of anxiety, always on edge, trying to decipher their mood and figure out how to get back to the good version of them. This is the sixth sign: intermittent reinforcement. In psychology, this describes a reward schedule where positive reinforcement is given unpredictably. It's the same powerful mechanism that makes slot machines and gambling so addictive. You pull the lever, never knowing if this will be the time you win. The reward comes just often enough to keep you hooked, chasing that euphoric high. In a relationship, this might look like your partner giving you the silent treatment for days, only to suddenly shower you with affection, leaving you desperate and grateful for the crumbs of warmth. In the workplace, it could be a boss who ignores your hard work for weeks, then offers a single glowing compliment that keeps you striving for their approval. So, how do you break this cycle? First, set a threshold for consistency. Decide what level of respect and stability you need to feel safe. Volatility is not passion. Second, stop rewarding the unpredictable behavior. When they switch from cold to warm, don't rush back with relief and gratitude. Instead, lengthen your response time. Take a step back. You can say, "I'm glad you're in a better mood, but your inconsistency has been difficult for me. We need to talk about it when I'm ready." This reclaims your power. It teaches them that your emotional state isn't a toy, and that stability is a non-negotiable requirement for a healthy connection with you. This one is simple, but people ignore it most. You feel drained after spending time with them, you walk on eggshells, you edit yourself before speaking, you feel confused, anxious, or guilty, but you don't know exactly why. Trust that feeling. Your nervous system picks up on patterns before your conscious mind does. If something consistently feels off, it probably is. Manipulation works because it's invisible, until you know what to look for. Now you do. If this video helped you see something clearly for the first time, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to People Decoded for more videos on human behavior and psychology. See you in the next one.